Folks, on Wednesday, Mortgage Business, whatever, puts out some data around refis and purchase applications. Refi demand up like 25%, purchase demand up 10%. And oh, by the way, Matt, the mortgage guy, is about to drop a bomb on you folks. If you have a mortgage rate above 7, you want to pay attention because there is something crazy coming your way in the next 2 to 3 minutes. Matt, take it away. I didn't want to steal your thunder.
All right. Yeah, cool. And this was literally fresh off the press. I was, just skimming through some of the requirements, some of the stuff, but, a wholesale lender partner of ours, who most people know and love, UWM, is rolling out FHA and VA Streamlines. They've hedged and bought tranches. And it's funny, too, because we all get mad at the builders when they do it. Now that it's our team, I'm excited about it. So if, for the consumer to know and to make it really simple, if you've got an FHA loan or a VA loan, now these loans have seasoning periods where you've got to have 6 payments made. You got to be 210 days from the note date. But if you did the first half of 23, an FHA loan, I'm looking at some where I've closed some at 7.1, 6.8. This is something you have to take a look at. And quite honestly, Mike, I didn't even tell you the best part. There's a couple different tranches. There's 5.749, 5.999, 6.249, depending on rebate and how it's got to be structured. Because some are going to need more rebate to make it pencil. You're going to be able to do FHA Streamline and VA IRRLs. That's their version of the Streamline, interest rate reduction refinance loan. Is what IRRL stands for. These loans, you don't verify your income, you don't get an appraisal, you don't have to have a full credit report. It's not credit qualifying. So these loans are easy and they're meant to help consumers, right? And that's why there's restrictions around, payments being made and things like that. But it's not the big lift of a full refinance. And so quite honestly,
let me make sure I understand Streamline so the audience understands Streamline. So one of the requirements, obviously, is the existing loan has to be an FHA or VA loan. You're not going to take a conventional.
Correct.
Right? So that's a requirement. Okay, cool. Got it. So if you have a FHA or VA loan, pay attention. Second, you have to have major payments. You can't be in forbearance. I guess it's 210 days, so call it 9 months. No, actually call it 7 months from origination. The note date makes perfect sense. You probably so there's no appraisal. So let's say you're in Austin, Texas, and the value went down 5%. Doesn't matter. These IRRLs, I don't even, IRRL, never heard that before, so cool. Interest rate, whatever it was, reduction, whatever. They're basically trying to help the homeowner. So if you go from 7.5 to 6, that's a good thing.
Oh my gosh. It's
hundreds of dollars.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, I'm looking at one where we've got a 7.1 on $1 million FHA, taking them to 5.99. It's going to save them almost $1,000 a month. Because you think about 1% of $1 million loan, that's $10,000 a year. And we're going down 1.1% on $1 million loan. And so, some quick stuff, and I'm reading my notes because there's a lot on, let's talk about them individually because they're 2 different loans, FHA Streamline, VA IRRL. FHA Streamline, no appraisal required, no income employment. Here's the 3 seasoning requirements that you need. 6 payments on the existing FHA mortgage must have been paid. This is an FHA to an FHA loan. Sure. At least 6 full months have passed. So you can't prepay, if you're 4 months in. Okay. And at least 210 days have passed from that original, note date. Yeah. And usually, you have a note date of January 4th. Your first payment isn't due till February 1st. So those 6 payments, that 210 days usually align. And so, that's the quick and dirty on that one. Now, real quickly, just to recap VA IRRL so people know what they are, what documentation is needed. It's a streamlined refinance of a VA loan. So if you're VA eligible and you have a VA loan, it's the streamlined version of your loan, minimal documentation, minimal underwriting. There's a calculation we have to use. We must reduce your interest rate by at least 0.5%. Like the VA won't allow you to do one of these if there's not a net tangible benefit to the veteran. Good thing for the consumer, right? Generally, you got to be the same parties as the original loan because there's FHA caveat where you can add and subtract and whatnot.
Sure.
So existing VA to a new VA. But the best part, Mike, on the documentation, no credit review, no income employment review, no asset review, no appraisal.
Wow.
We're not running AUS. It's just, hey, you've got a 7. You've got, the opportunity to go to a 6. Let's do that for you. And really, I remember doing a bunch of these, gosh, it probably was 7 or 8 years ago. And you can close these, Mike, in 10 days. Close these in 14 days because there's nothing to them.
There's one more thing I just want to make sure people understand. I think I got it. If I'm wrong, you're going to tell me I'm wrong. No cash out refi. It has to be rate and term. Yeah,
maximum on both of them, I think, is $500. So like there might be a spillage of fees back to you, which is fine. But yeah, you're not getting cash out on these.
No, just straight. And this again, this is what people were talking about that I hated, right? Buy the house, date the rate. Well, if you dated the 8%, FHA loan and it's been 210 days, congratulations, you win. A lot of people need to call you, reach out to you. How do you want them to reach out? Because there's a lot of people that you could save hundreds of dollars in, 10 or 12 days or whatever long it takes.
Yeah, the way that I know it's going to come to me and it's going to come to the team and I'm going to connect you with the best person in Texas or me in California or this person in Arizona is greatmortgagebroker.com. So you fill out the form, greatmortgagebroker.com, couple, 5 or 6 questions, and then it comes to us. We know exactly who you are, what you're looking for, and we're able to contact you and get in touch. If for whatever reason somebody doesn't reach out to you, which, 1 in 100, I'll get somebody that said, and I apologize, but greatmortgagebroker.com, fill out the form. We'd love to connect you. We'd love to help. You can email me, matt@mtmg.com. That's more than 1 in 100 that's going to get missed, So if you want to make sure that you connect with us, I think greatmortgagebroker.com is the play.
The other thing to realize, folks, is this is a tranche. This is like the whole Make California Great thing again, where they allocated a bunch of money. It'll be first come, first serve.
It's right now it's through January 31st. So we're talking 6 weeks. A lot of these are going to go through the #1 lender in the country, and they're going to do hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in both FHA Streamline and VA IRRRLs. And to your point, right? Like it's going to end.
Yeah, it's going to end. Folks, get going. Greatmortgagebroker.com. Tell him you came from one rental at a time. He will take care of you. Awesome. Cool. This is shocking. I didn't expect something like this until next year. The fact that it's here in December, wild. Crazy. Yep. Thanks, buddy.
Yep. Thanks, Mike.